Welcome back to Top Golf El Paso, where I come and I continue to suck at golf, but this time I am less sucky. Yes, I grabbed Alejandro's left-hand clubs just for that B-roll in the beginning, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is that today, here at Top Golf, I am going to go over some of the biggest Disney news that has come out in the last couple of days. Now, some of the news did drop today at the day of recording, and some has been around for a couple of days already, but I do want to talk about that today. Now, the first piece of Disney news that I did want to talk about does regard the Disney Cruise Line, and Disney finally announced that the Disney Fantasy is going to resume sailing September 11th. But a lot of things are going to change. So the Disney Fantasy is part of the Dream class ships, right? So you have the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy part of the same class. The Disney Dream is usually in charge of the shorter itineraries, like the 3-4 night cruises, while the Fantasy was in charge of the 7-night itineraries. But for its return, at least for the first couple of sailings, the Disney Fantasy is actually only going to do 4-night sailings. So once you go into the Disney Cruise Line website, you actually click in the top link and it tells you about the Disney Fantasy's return. And it says Disney Fantasy will resume sailing from Florida in September. As we continue to resume sailing in a gradual phase approach, it is necessary for us to cancel the September 4th, 2021 Disney Fantasy sailing. Now, this is going to be the last sailing that is going to be canceled, because after that you are going to have the September 11th sailing going out. It says guests who have paid their reservations in full have been offered the choice of a cruise credit to be used for a future sailing or a full refund. Disney Fantasy will resume sailing beginning September 11th, 2021 with 4-night cruises from Port Canaveral. These 4-night sailings will be available to book beginning August 25th, 2021. Now, this is one of the changed itineraries. The other ones are the ones that set sail from September 18th, September 25th, and October 2nd. Now, these sailings are going to be 4-night sailings rather than the original 7-night sailings, and I'm not sure if I talked about this, but I did have a cruise booked on the Disney Fantasy for October 2nd. Now, me and my family, we have already changed this. It was in a period where we didn't know what was going to happen because Disney wasn't really saying much, so we did decide to change it up, and we are actually going to go on a Celebrity cruise ship. Now, if you're not familiar with Celebrity is the luxury cruise line of Royal Caribbean, and I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing vacation, but we did change that already. Now, another thing to keep in mind are all the protocols that Disney is going to put in place. I did make a video talking about this. If you would like to see that video, you can find it right about here in the I button or linked in the description below. Now, for those modified sailings, right, there will be no ports of call other than Castaway Cay, and in those 4 nights, you will be going to Castaway Cay twice. All the people that already had that 7-night cruise booked will get a partial refund for the 3 days that you will not be sailing, plus all the port fees, taxes, all of that. You're going to be getting all of that back. But if you do decide to still set sail, you will be able to go to Castaway Cay twice, which I think is actually pretty cool, because you're going to be able to experience everything that Disney's private island has to offer. Now, the next piece of news comes from Walt Disney World, and this one actually surprised me a lot. For the first time ever, guests were able to ride Rise of the Resistance without needing a boarding pass. Now, this is a huge shocker, and I don't know if it was just that it was a slow day, because it was reported that there were still boarding groups available past 4 p.m., which is super rare because those things sell out like that. But I guess it was such a slow day that Disney decided to actually allow people to board Rise of the Resistance without needing a boarding group pass, which is shocking, but maybe it could give us a glimpse into the future of what Disney has planned. I've always thought that boarding group passes could kind of be a substitute for fast passes, and right now it's kind of a debate. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know that Walt Disney World is implementing paid fast pass services over there in Disneyland Paris, and the rumor is that they might actually start implementing it at Walt Disney World. Honestly speaking, I think at this point paid fast pass services at Walt Disney World is going to be inevitable. I think they are going to implement it soon, but they could maybe incorporate boarding group passes into this, which kind of play into maybe fast passes. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it was just a slow day. I don't know if Disney's going to continue doing it, but I'd say just keep an eye on it and see what Disney has planned for those boarding group passes for Rise of the Resistance. So the next piece of breaking Disney news that I literally got not that long ago, reporter Scott Gustin actually has reported that Disney does not plan to reopen the NBA experience. Now, this is incredibly shocking. Now, the NBA experience, it looked like a fun experience, but it wasn't really that popular. And honestly speaking, if I were given the choice to go, I don't know if I would have paid the money to go experience it. Well, now I'm not going to be given that option either. Now, at the time of recording, there has been no announcement made or of a replacement or anything, but I will assume that Disney's not just gonna keep that building there with the NBA experience and all of that outside and not find a replacement. I'm not 100% sure what Disney would do there, but I'll keep my eyes peeled, and the minute that the news comes out, I'll be sure to let you guys know. You know what? Despite the first mishap there, I mean, that was pretty consistent. Alright guys, well, our first food item has arrived. It is going to be these signature nachos, and in my opinion they are the best thing on the menu here. Alejandro disagrees. He says the cookie skillet is. These nachos are actually impressively good. They're really good, they're very flavorful. The steak adds a really nice flavor to it, and the sauce, that creamy, kind of spicy sauce that it has to it, is absolutely amazing. I love it, and I always recommend it. Now the price tag is a bit hefty, alright, at $12.50. But if you're coming out, just having a good time with your family and friends, playing some golf, and you order these, trust me, you're not gonna regret it. Now that the food did come out, we go on to our next topic, which is the Disney food news that I wanted to talk about. I got two epic headlines, one of which came out today at the day of recording. But first, let's talk about Space 220. Now, Zach Ridley, one of the Imagineers in charge of Space 220, he did put up a video on Instagram and TikTok, kind of showing us and giving us a quick glimpse inside of the restaurant itself, and it looks absolutely amazing. It looks stunning. It's gonna be an epic experience. The table layout, it kind of reminds me of what you could find at Coral Reef, which is gonna be like small little tables for four right in front of the giant windows where you're looking out into space, and then a table off to the side, stairs, and a second level where you're gonna have more tables. That's kind of how Coral Reef is laid out, but Coral Reef does have 3 floors to it. And yeah, I mean, it's almost identical, just that Coral Reef has a third kind of floor to it. Another thing that we did find out is that for lunch you are going to have a 2-course prefix menu, and for dinner you're gonna have a 3-course prefix menu. Now, is this gonna be the only thing on the menu? Probably not. I'm not 100% sure. We haven't been given the full official menu just yet. We do know that that prefix menu is going to be at least an option there, and that actually gets me interested and kind of excited, because whenever you see prefix menus, a lot of the times they're actually going to be pretty good, but I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with this restaurant. We've been waiting for like 2 years since they announced it, and it's finally going to open mid-September. And I almost got it right. I almost got that prediction right. I said it was going to open on October 1st for the 50th anniversary. I just got the date off by just a little bit, but it is going to be open just in time for that 50th anniversary. Now, the next food news that I did want to talk about is one that gets me super excited, and one that did drop today. Boma at Animal Kingdom Lodge is finally going to reopen. Now, we got the rumor a couple weeks ago that Boma was going to open, and finally today Disney came out and said, hey, we're going to open it. And not just the fact that they're going to open it gets me excited, but it's the fact that it's going to be the first standard buffet that Disney is going to bring back. Now, there have been some buffets that have opened up at Disney World already, but they have changed it from a regular standard buffet to a family-style dinner where they bring the food to your table and they serve it like that, and it is all you care to enjoy. But Boma was confirmed that it is going to be the first official buffet where you're actually going to go up, get your food, and that actually gets me super excited. Now, Disney hasn't said how this is going to work, whether it's going to be you serve yourself or if there are going to be people behind the table serving you. Now, that is what I think Disney is going to do. They're doing it on the cruises, right? In the buffet, they have people serving you the food, and I think that is actually what's going to happen. But we're going to have to wait until it opens in like what, 4 days? So I'm super excited to see Boma opening again. Now, another thing that I did want to mention is the fact that I feel like Boma is going to be the first domino to fall, and it's going to set off this chain reaction leading to all the restaurants that already opened that were changed from buffet to family style. They're going to be brought back as buffet. Now, a rumor has come up after the news of Boma came up that Crystal Palace will actually be changed back to a buffet if everything goes well at Boma. And I I'm telling you, it's just gonna be a chain reaction. It's gonna get to a point where all other buffets like K-Make Cafe, Tusker House, all these restaurants that were changed from a buffet to family style will be changed back to a buffet, and that gets me super excited because there are some buffets that I just all out miss. Boma being the biggest one, but I also miss K-Make Cafe, and this is just awesome Disney dining news. If any more Disney news comes up, and if I do get like a bunch like I did today, I will make another big Disney news video. If not, I'll just stick to like Disney dining videos here and there. I do like talking about it because I'm passionate about it. I love Disney food, I love Disney World, and just seeing all the news and all that, it does get me happy about certain things and not so happy about others. But I do love talking about it. You heard enough from me. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this news and what you're most excited for. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, smash that like button and hit subscribe. I upload a brand new video every Wednesday. Thank you for being part of the Disney family, and see you real soon.